Welcome to the Shark Tank LG, where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their big ideas. If the sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own time and resources and fight each other for a deal. But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount of what they're asking for, or they'll walk out with nothing. The contestant who gets the most offers wins and will be provided with the means to put their big idea into motion. Who are the sharks? They are self-made local business experts who have long track records of demonstrating success in their given fields. Doug Wagner, a former ASU graduate, has banked over 27 years of experience in the construction industry. His distinguished career is rooted in the successful completion of numerous construction projects ranging from small to over $30 million in the private, commercial, and government sectors. As a LEED accredited professional, he is mindful of the important needs of the community for environmentally sound construction practices. Doug's diverse portfolio in development and leadership of building highly effective teams and cultivating an atmosphere of trust and accountability has distinctly set him apart from his competition. Nancy Haggerty, with an educational background in industrial psychology and business administration, has spent nearly 3 decades assisting a multitude of businesses and organizations, from nonprofits to small mom-and-pop startups and Fortune 500 companies, with the building and overseeing of their infrastructure, operations, and organizational workflow and management, including 2 of her very own corporations. Now semi-retired, Nancy has since replaced her day job hours with coaching and mentoring other entrepreneurs to achieve their dreams on a philanthropic basis. O. Edwin French, a distinguished retired executive veteran, having served multiple capacities as board director, president, CEO, COO, and VP of some of the largest and most reputable companies in the medical field, such as Medcath, Physician Reliance Network, Acute Care Hospital Division, Universal Health Services Incorporated, and Banner Health. Through his extensive consulting experience, Ed has advised, guided, and mentored executive and senior management teams in organizational design, strategy, and operations improvement, including for-profit and not-for-profit hospitals and hospital systems in the U.S. and the UK. He is currently on the board of directors of Christian Care Companies, the largest such organization in Arizona, providing assisted living, independent living, nursing, and home care services, and a volunteer assistant district director for SCORE, the nation's SBA affiliate mentor to small businesses. In his spare time, Ed and his wife Esther of 46 years enjoy traveling abroad and spending time between their Phoenix and Maryland homes with their 2 children and 4 grandchildren. Tabitha Dumas, writer, blogger, connector, and image and influence strategist, Tabitha is on a mission to see women in the East Valley put themselves out there and live their purpose beautifully, confidently, and authentically. As a former grade school teacher, she now teaches classes, hosts events, and speaks at several local venues, inspiring women to stop playing small and start showing up. She's also a wife of 12 years, mother of 2 sons, servant minister at her church, crafter, bargain shopper, and thrower of tea parties, and most importantly, will work for chocolate. Last up is a heavy hitter who's using his strident expertise to connect communities with fitness.
Hello Sharks, my name is Michael Sheffield and I'm CEO of my company Respire Fitness, which means to breathe free again. I'm here seeking your expertise, connections, and resources to help me bring a faith-based fitness outreach event to the Chandler Gilbert area in exchange for my fitness specialist services. Now Sharks, I've been in the industry for over 9 years. I've been working with individuals to lose weight, build performance, all those different things. And I recently moved out here in Arizona about 2.5 years ago, and I started doing park events in terms of boot camps that was free to the community in Acrotopia. So I thought about things that I can do to really make an impact with the community. So I previously worked with a larger company. I decided to leave from them to allow me more time to be able to go out in the community and reach individuals through faith and also fitness. All right, Sharks. Praise in the Park is my big idea, and it's something that's near and dear to my heart. I've been involved with it with my family. So just to give you a little bit of background, they started Praise in the Park, my mom and stepdad, in 1996. So they provide different services such as music, using Christian-based music, whether it's hip-hop or rock or gospel music. They have activities for the community. They actually have the fire department, the police department to be there as well, and they also reach out to different shelters and allowing them to get picked up to go to the events and participate in it. So for me, the Praise in the Park, I want to use fitness, or use my service as a fitness specialist to create different events there. So we'll have different challenges using ropes or different fitness things. We'll have a big group workout. And I want you to just imagine having live bands there, you know, people doing music, DJ, and all those different types of things. So what I want to give to you guys, actually came here with some gifts. So hopefully you guys will like it.
I love it.
It's not the traditional gift, but it's something.
Nothing edible.
Something, yes.
Handout.
Something, a little handout.
Yes.
Okay, so this is gonna be yours. Got one that's
Oh, these are customized, huh?
Yes.
That one has intensity.
I'm actually gonna give you the same one.
I'm in terrible shape, just so you know.
And I actually have two for Nancy.
Yeah, you
This is
do.
yours
Uh-oh.
too. So I know you used to do a little bit of fitness. So you have two workouts, and I believe you are very strong, and I really did my research on you. So you have one of the toughest workouts on there.
Okay.
So this is something that I actually have available through the use of my company through the website. So not only will we have booths and things like that promoting fitness and health checks and things like that at the Praise in the Park events, but outside of that, they will be able to have access to the website in terms of a free subscription. If they want a paid subscription, things like that, we gotta provide a little bit more services, but we stay connected to them. And that's really what my vision is a community connected by fitness. So on the website, we'll have different short films that'll be faith-based films that the cause is to have an emotional response and to help people, to motivate people to do fitness. So I'm here seeking your expertise, connections, and resources to help me bring a faith-based fitness outreach event to the Chandler Gilbert area in exchange for my fitness specialist services. Well, some of the things, the resources that we need, the main thing is a little bit of funding. I did research in terms of music, rental of speakers, PA systems, also the fees associated with rental to the park for the day, licensing, there's things like that we need. So the biggest thing because I want it to be free for everyone who comes to there, it will be a slight expense on me in terms of getting certain things like food and different activities, you know, bounce houses and those types of things. So we really need a little bit of funding to get the event going.
What's a little bit of funding?
Well, right now I reached out, and if you guys want to take a look at the tablet over there, if you scroll over to where it says DJ. So some of the fees associated is I'm in Chandler actually, so there's a fee for a non-Gilbert resident that's a nonprofit is $22.50 per hour that we're going to be there. The event should be between 2 to 3 hours. Now, in terms of it being a special event, if this is something that is going to be growing, we have to pay Parks and Recs a couple of different fees. One of those is a special events permit, which is a $50 application, and also a permit for the day, which is $100. They have an amphitheater at Freestone Park. That's the one I researched and called a couple of people about. So in terms of electricity, they will provide the attachments to do that. So the other expenses is getting rental equipment, so speakers and things like that if we have a large group, microphones, all those things. To do that, I reached out to a DJ. Usually my parents, I talked with them and they said that I can reach out to a music store and rental things that can range between $100 and $200. So So I thought a different way. I was like, okay, what if I reach out to a DJ, which most DJs have those type of equipment, lights, microphones, all those different things. So the fee for about 4 hours is actually $250.
Okay.
And it's not bad. But again, I wanted to make sure that in terms of that and also food and things like that, that I don't, that I'll be able to provide those different things for the community.
So we're looking probably around $1,500, I would imagine, $1,000 to $1,500 by the time everything is done and said. Is that what you're thinking?
No. The other thing, which is building up relationships with other companies, and I've actually been doing that right now. I have a couple of people I train that's in the fire department and also the police department, so I can have them possibly come out there, and I'm actually going to have a meeting with them next week. In terms of different things like foods, I'm going to reach out to a couple of fitness companies to see if they can actually donate fitness drinks or things like that, so I don't have to pay for it. And also in terms of booths, a lot of people I'm looking for partners to be able to set up booths and have samples of different things there. And so we'll kind of cut that cost down. But I think an overall cost maybe between maybe $400 to $600 possibly.
Okay, that'd be great.
Michael, what is your elevator speech if you had a group of 50 people from the community in front of you out here at the library, and you're to give 60 seconds worth of what it is you want to do that benefits them? You don't know these people, they don't know you. What are you going to say to them?
In terms of what do I do that benefit them?
Yeah,
This event?
this event. Why this event is going to be beneficial for them? Why should they want to come?
Yeah.
What's your goal? So what would you say to 50 people if you had 60 seconds to tell them what your...
Yeah, the major goal in terms of me being a fitness professional is that I am usually meeting, we have people come to our companies for fitness services. So the thing is, there's a lot of people that are not doing any type of exercise-related things. In the U.S., people are significantly obese, and they may not have funds to actually have a fitness membership or things like that. So coming out to the community is for them to get exposed to certain things, and also to see what opportunities there are for them to look in terms of their health and fitness and get resources from the event.
So is your objective to create awareness for healthfulness, or is it to create a connection so they look to you for additional support, or what's the outcome that you expect to be measurable for?
Yeah, it's for connection. That's our vision, is a community connected by fitness. So it is for connecting individuals with fitness information. I'm not looking for any type of return. I have the website as something that they could access if they have the ability to do so, but I'm not looking to get individuals from the park event to subscribe and pay X amount of dollars. That's not my goal.
So Michael, I understand you're from the Detroit area?
Yes.
Correct, so you
Yeah.
appreciate old school?
Yes.
All right, and as do I. So my question for you is, tell me how your parents did it.
Okay. So I actually reached out to them. One of the recommendations that my mother talked to me about is having between 4 to 6 months time. So what she did is she looked in terms of requirements for the city for the park, what things they needed to do there. Then rental of equipment. Then they went to different churches and other organizations to see who wanted to take part or partnership with the event. And that's something I'm really looking to do with that. Same thing with foods. They will go to a couple of different restaurants and they will actually donate food, okay, and then we'll figure out what we need to do to cook it. And I actually helped her with that. So
Nice.
it's a big responsibility, but that's the way that they did it. I can't think of anything else in terms of any other specifics that they did, other than just having a collaborative effort.
Okay. So, and 5 months is the magic number. You hit it right on the nail. You
Yeah.
said 4 to 6, because I do
Yes.
event planning, and it takes
Yeah.
a minimum of at least 5
Mhm.
months is that little,
Yeah. So right now I'm just going through and just
Hotspot.
reaching out to a couple of individuals now and seeing who want to collaborate with it.
What kind of responses are you getting right now when you're talking to people about this? What are you hearing out there?
Well, I'm hearing a lot of good things. I reached out to another person who actually started doing park events, and now he has his own studio. His name is Neil, and I reached out to him. He has the experience in terms of that. But I mean, you believe it or not, I mean, a lot of people will come out and do a free boot camp or something like that. But I just want to take it a step further and actually, spread God's word as well. And most of that's going to be through music and also short films that we're going to be creating. So we had a big, influence with that. Also, when I first got here and I did the boot camps, I was averaging between 10 to 20 people on a Saturday. And that was not any advertising.
What's your goal for this in terms of participation? First question.
Okay.
How many? What is
How
your
many
goal?
individuals? Well, between 50 and 100.
50 to 100 people. How about the messaging? You said you want to use this as an opportunity to spread the word about God and interject, obviously, the healthfulness and the physical fitness piece of this. How do you see promoting that so that you can entice those who would be interested in both of those, and not entice only somebody who says, well, I want to come for the fitness, but I don't want to hear about the God message, which could be a possibility as well.
Yeah.
And you don't want to spring it on unsuspectedly. Obviously, if you invite people to come to this, they're going to hear the message as well as experience the fitness benefit. You want to let them know in advance. How do you message that?
Yeah, for me, I've been thinking about the short films, and I actually started with one of my intro videos for my website. It actually had a lot of faith-based type of stuff in it, and a lot of people didn't know that, but they got a really big response from it. So I'm thinking about doing, 3 to 5 minute short films, maybe having those play, or even having a big video projector set up to where we can actually have that so people can actually watch those different things. Other than that, the booths. I want people to be able to go and interact with individuals. So I am looking for individuals who may volunteer just to be able to just be friendly and talk with individuals, see if they have any issues that they're dealing with, and talk to them about that and help them through it. The other thing is when we have different stations for activities, for example, we'll have maybe 10 different stations of exercises, and if they get to the end, they get some type of special reward. Well, in terms of that, I want to give them a ticket, each one they complete, and on the back of that ticket, they have a nice quote or something like that, a biblical quote. It doesn't have to always be a biblical quote, but just throw a couple of those in there as well.
As a person with a background and a passion for social media and marketing, I can't help but wonder where you're going to put the word out and how you're going to use all these resources to get the information into the right hands, would be my question, and what your needs are in that area as well.
Okay, so can you repeat the first question?
Marketing and social media,
Marketing
how
and social
to
media.
invite people to let them know about the event, what's going on.
Yeah. So right now on Facebook, I have over 2,000 followers on there. On other various social media, I have range between 100 and 300 as well. But one of the individuals in my that I do referral marketing with, he's actually a chiropractor, and he's saying, well, you can come here, you can bring banners and things like that. I see ranging from 70 to 100 individuals a day. So that'd be a way to get resources with that. Also thought about going to different gas stations and maybe posting flyers there. Other fitness organizations who may collaborate and then post them there, then we'll kind of market that way, where I'm actually doing a lot of the groundwork.
I have a question about scale. Sounds like a neat idea. And what happens though if you plan for 50 to 100, you have food committed, you have staff that support you, but you get 300 of your favorite friends for 2,000 contact lists show up? How do you handle that?
So I always think big. So I'm not going to limit it and say, okay, well, I'm only going to expect 150. I always want to think bigger. So in that aspect, I mean, in terms of donations for foods and things like that, I want to keep it in. I want to be able to, if we had the ability to reach, to do 2,000 people, we have resources for that. So I never just limit it to 150 individuals.
Harvey, let me just continue that thought though. I'm thinking that in real time, you may not have the time to adapt. If you plan on 50 to 100 and you don't know who's coming, but you have a multiple that show up on that day, and you've got enough food for 50 to 100, what happens about the expectations of those who come, and you don't have the people that man the stations for fitness experience, or food, because I'm sure that many are there for food and beverage.
Yeah.
So you have to think about the scale. How do you manage that, though, in preparation, and how do you manage it in the instance if you're too successful? I can use that.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm here for you guys' expertise in terms of that. If it is, comes out to be a bigger event than what I expect. Right now, the food, we are going to have certain things with food, but I'm not thinking in terms of having, a whole plate for everybody, but just little things like you have water, you have, fitness water, samples for like protein bars and things like that. And those are companies who are the ones I can reach out to get those things, and it won't be a huge expense on our.
So you're thinking snacks, not food. When I heard you say food, I thought of a meal, perhaps, hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
There might be kind of a little double jeopardy there. You have people jumping around and doing stuff and eating Big Macs,
Yeah. No, the way my parents did it, they got a lot of donations of like chicken when they did it. They continue to do it, but they had donations of chicken, hot dogs, things like that, and they actually had people at stations, cooking. So that's volunteers from the different churches.
Yeah, you see the question inherent in that, though. It's all about messaging and expectation. So if you build the expectation through messaging, there's going to be a meal, come out for barbecue, and you can't meet that expectation, it can be disadvantaged.
Yeah, it's not going to be in direct the marketing saying, okay, it's going to have, food and things like that. I don't think I'm going to do that route. In terms of our stations and booths and things like that, we'll have certain snacks and things like that, but I'm not going to outright say, okay, come for a meal and things like that. And it's going to be coming out to have, have fun. We got music, we got a group workout, different stations where you get information on health and fitness, health checks, things like that. And then the snacks and fitness related, beverages and things like that will be an additional thing that we'll have.
In terms of having money on the front end to put into the event going into it, is there any idea of using corporate sponsors? Maybe they're not even health related, maybe they are. And do you have some of those set up, or do you need connections to certain?
Yeah, I am looking for more connections. I do have some. We actually opened 2 crowdfunding campaigns. We actually, in a month, we received two donations of $500 to go towards the website. And that's through family. But I do have a couple other sponsors that will be willing to donate for that. The other thing that I want to do for the event is actually I have a connection with, it's a possibility we can get Larry Fitzgerald there. My chiropractor actually works with his brother. So we can maybe have them out there, throwing passes or just interacting with individuals that way as well. But that's what we're doing right now with the funding. But if you have any more resources, then I would definitely love it to do that.
Wonderful. And just to kind of piggyback off of what Tabitha said, if I say it once, I say it a million times. I'm a huge proponent of the rising tide raises ships all mentality, mentality. And in saying that, referral marketing is truly key in this essence. If you're going to do something like this, you have to be willing to give away the farm with no expectation of getting anything back. What I appreciated hearing Ed say, was about making sure that the expectations are being met. It's always been my experience when doing fundraising to have a surplus of those things and exceed those expectations, so that, if you do find yourself not using it all, if it's being donated, who cares? Pass on the blessing to somebody else and donate the surplus to another needy, organization. But what I like hearing you say, Michael, is that you actually, you don't plan on letting them know, because nobody likes to be surprised with negative.
Exactly.
But nobody minds being surprised with positive when they show up and go, oh wow, I didn't know there was going to be food and beverages here. So I really like the planning that you put into that. So the fact that I just spewed all that information out, my question to you is, do you have some kind of a referral marketing plan in place that you can use to help kind of accelerate what you're doing here?
Yes, I do, and it's with a couple of companies. One is a rehab and sports rehab place. Just a couple of other individuals who I know will be donating, will be taking part of it. Individuals who are linked to the fire department and police department. So those are right now the ones I've been reaching out to, and there's about 2 other restaurants.
Okay.
One for Buffalo Wild Wings, and also one for, I think it's Jimmy John's at the other.
So you do plan on having things other than just, you know, crackers out of a box or a,
Yeah, but yeah,
Fruit
they'll
bar or
be.
whatever.
Yeah, but it won't be. What I'm thinking in terms of so let's say for example, if there's like a snack size sub pieces where they're kind of cut up and things like that, and it's so when you use even if it's one sub can do a lot. You know, you can have a lot of different. You can distribute that differently instead of just having everyone getting one sub or everyone getting one hot dog, things like that. So, but in terms, what I was thinking is the protein bars. I know someone who is a rep for Quest bars. So I know they were probably willing to do that. That's something that's simple. If we had something from, you know, Jimmy John's, the example I said, we can cut those up. Water would be a huge thing, and especially since everyone's going to be working out, you know, we can have, you know, a lot of water, I would say, but we're just looking for anyone who's willing to donate toward that as well.
tested their flexibility. How adaptable are you to receiving an offer if we, when we get to that point, that would put a restriction on the expectations you could build? In other words, if you received an offer that said, look, you know, I couldn't support you going out offering hot foods, building expectation, and might not live up to scale, but it's okay for the stuff that you know you can comfortably meet with. Are you flexible in that regard at all, or is that something you really believe you want to go out and pursue these restaurants and do what you can for Subways and Hot Wings, whatever?
Well, I know we're going to start somewhere. It may be a smaller scale than what I'm thinking right now initially, but you know, I have to adapt. That's part of my job. I mean, as a fitness professional, you get someone who you can't do the same plan for everybody, so you have to be flexible. So in terms of this event, then yes, I mean, we'll have 4 to 6 months in preparation for that, and anything we need to adapt to, we'll do that.
I just have one more question, and then I'm done beating you. So, can you just define in your offer, with regards to your fitness specialty, what does that look like, and have you put a number? Is there a number on there so that we don't have unrealistic expectations as to what you're offering?
In terms of what I'm offering you guys?
Correct.
So you guys will be getting access, I would say about 3 months access to my website. And the website, what you can expect from there is for someone to keep you accountable. So we have services in terms of phone calls and emails to where we're going to make sure that you guys are staying on target with your health and fitness goals. We'll have weekly workouts between 4 to 8 that I'll be custom writing that you'll be able to download and do. We'll also have 15 to 30 minute workout videos that I'm currently right now looking to record, and live coaching. So the live coaching service is part of our subscription, our higher end subscription, to where you know, whether if you want to go over nutrition, or if you want to do an actual workout because you're on vacation, or if you just need someone to talk to, that's what we're doing with the website. So you guys will have 3 months access to that, unlimited.
Well, I'm ready to make a decision. I love the idea. I mean, it's great. Yeah, you and I had talked in the past about doing a community, and I see a lot of reaching out to all your contacts, and that's great, but you also need to focus more on the community too. Exactly. They're going to have it at a park. There is a surrounding community that's probably starving for some type of activity like that, and we'd love to do that on a Saturday. But as far as what I can offer, I feel with my work schedule now and being so far distance, I don't think I can offer anything. So on that, I'm going to go ahead and pass.
All right, thank you.
Michael, I'll make you an offer. I think you're enthusiastic. You clearly have a passion for this. I think the objective is noble. You can tell by my questions that I have a lot of reservation about how you sell what you sell, the messaging and the expectations, because I want you to be successful in delivering it. So I'm going to work with you to develop a plan that will include several pieces, from how you message it, promote it, how you access the resources that you need. And I can commit that we'll find the resources you need within the limits you talked about to do what you need to do. So I'd be willing to work with you to do that. And what I want, though, is not personal benefit of your services, which I think are excellent. I spend too much time on the trails to have time to get on the internet and do this. But I belong to an active adult community, Solera, Riggs and Gilbert. If I could impose on you to put together like 2 one-hour programs in person for those folks for senior citizens, might help those who aren't as active as they ought to be or want to be. That would be, I think, a wonderful contribution to them, and give them exposure to your website as well, knowing that's not your motivation.
Yeah.
So that's the offer I'd put on the table.
Okay, thank you.
And I'd want to put a limit on the hours, because I only 24 a day and 7 days a week, so if you're looking at 30 hours a day for a day, because I'd be willing to I think within reasonable time, we're talking, 40, 50, 100 hours over the next couple months, we could do that. And so, but I can't give you full time every day.
Yeah, no,
My
it's
presumption is you're going to do the heavy lifting on this.
Yeah,
You're
I'll do
looking
a
for
lot of that.
mentoring,
Yeah.
you're for advice,
Advice,
counsel.
counsel,
I'm there. I'd
connections.
support you.
Yeah.
You're a great guy, I can tell already, and be fun working with you.
Any other Shires?
Yes. Well, the thing that really grabbed my attention was the community connected by fitness, and I love that concept. My husband is a health coach, and we're committed to getting people healthy, and we're very active in Gilbert, and I love that it's a Gilbert-centric event. And so hearing everything that you shared and my questions led me to a few things that I would be more than happy to offer to help you with. One of my expertise is writing, which as I look through this whole list, everything needs to be written out when you propose to people, I'm going to help you have a booth, here's how you do it, and here's what you benefit. And I would love to be, I love doing vendor events and coaching people on vendor events, and so anything you need in that realm, which if that's one of the big money makers where you pay to have a booth and then that goes toward your bottom line, I feel like that could be a powerful thing, and I'd be more than happy to do some coaching and talk to people in any kind of write-ups that you need for that part. The other thing that kind of struck me was just the local connections. So if it's Gilbert people, I have connections with the Chamber, at Central Christian Church, which one of our campuses is in Gilbert, and the media aspect as well. If it's online, that's where I hang out a lot, and so I'd be more than happy to do that. The other sort of caveat is with the booths, I could probably get some people into some booths because I know a lot of people. I have clients that are in the health and fitness, so we can talk a little more about who really you're looking for and maybe anybody that would be a conflict of interest that we wouldn't want.
Yeah.
But with a more strategic approach to that booths, that's kind of the thing that I'm seeing as a major opportunity for me. And then to promote you online, I'd be more than happy to do that and make some of those local connections, and any kind of writing that you need, again, for the marketing stuff, any of your materials, I would be willing to put in probably anywhere from 20 plus hours between now and then, whatever you need.
How about his proposal? Do you accept it? Or would you like a counter with it? Or
I don't know. Well, yeah, what do you, I don't know. You say yes or no?
He's got 3 months access to his online
Oh,
That's
yeah. I'm not in it for what I get out of it, apparently, which I'm not, but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, thank you. I'm like you, I go, well, it's a great thing. I would take you up on that, I really would. I have lost weight, but I'm not in shape. So if you've got resources, and again, I would love to know more about what you do so I can talk about what you do to other people. So yes, thank you. I will take you up on that offer. I think it's a great opportunity, and it'll give me a chance to know more about what you're about. So
I'm
thank
even
you.
sold on your offer. I made it more. I like your offer.
I'll take it.
That's
So that leaves me.
Yes.
So, Michael, what I loved hearing as you were kind of getting beaten up here a
Yes.
little bit was how adaptable and how flexible you are. Additionally, I love your power of networking. You understand the value behind that. And I love your vision, as Tabitha had already mentioned, your community connected by fitness. My question to you is, I heard Doug say something that really struck a chord with me and is a brilliant idea, and I'm kind of jealous that I didn't think of it myself. So if you are going to do this, would you be willing, because what you're going to need to do is if you're going to use the amphitheater at Freestone, for instance, or you're going to use Discovery Park, then are you going to be canvassing those neighborhoods to let them know what's going on in their community?
Yeah, and I talked with my mom about that. That's what she did, and I actually helped her with that.
Knock on doors, because
Knock on
you know
doors,
what?
passing out
Personal
flyers.
handshakes, introducing yourself, talking, having conversations, because nobody sells your business better than you, right?
Yep.
So having said that, where my expertise comes from is in the fundraising, because to go out and just ask for money is not enough. You have to actually earn it. And I'm a person who rolls up her sleeves and goes out there and I get the job done. The fitness portion, yes, I have a little expertise in that area as well. But I'm also a connector. As is Tabitha. This woman's a maniac when it comes to connecting, and she really is just amazing. So my offer actually wouldn't be just independent. I would want to kind of piggyback on these guys and say that it would be a 3-for-1. So you would have the business mentoring and expertise with regards to the local stuff from me, just from Ed's wealth of expertise over, several decades, and then also the connecting from Tabitha and her expertise with the authoring, because she's a brilliant writer. So if you guys are willing to go in with
Sure.
me, then I would be on board with this as
That'd be
well.
fun.
Sound good?
Absolutely.
Now I'm left out.
She stands alone.
You can come back in though. You can come back in though. It's not too late.
Well, I would love to help, but
Sounds like you got the whole ball of wax here, fundraising, networking, and
Yeah.
business support, so
I do
between
have
three of
one-
us, we ought to cover it.
I have one condition though with your offer. I don't want it for myself. I happen to have a Facebook page that is a closed group. They are alumni of mine back in Nebraska, that I would love to donate that to them for those 3 months and allow them to utilize the benefit of your services.
Are you willing to do that? Support us all with some service, access,
Yeah.
and support my old
Yeah.
friends, or soon-to-be friends, once they know you're coming?
Yeah, I mean, the goal of the site is to be able to really
That'd
be more specific in terms of what individuals are doing for fitness. So that's our goal.
Okay,
That's great.
do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Great,
All right.
congratulations, Mike.
You bet, congratulations. Thank you. All right, looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Sharks.
So how do you feel it went?
I think it went pretty good. They were tough. I mean, they were definitely Sharks, but I think I stood my ground, and I had a lot of things to come back in terms of the questions that they had.
Sounds like some pretty exciting stuff. You're getting ready to get off the ground.
Yes. Yes.
And are you happy with your offer?
Yes, I'm definitely happy with my offer. All three of the Sharks, I know they have expertise in those areas, and I'm definitely looking forward to working with them.
Anyone you're looking forward to more than the other? You can tell me.
I think all three of them. It's not anyone in particular, but I know Nancy, in terms of getting the funding that we need, I know she's the one for that, and that's what we're looking for.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.